We are live. Welcome back, everybody. It wouldn't be a princess stream without technical difficulties, but I got it sorted. We're here. We're all good. Hello, Roy. Hello, Luke. Hello, Rikush. Hello, Benjamin. Hello, Chiller. How's everybody doing today? It's so good to see you. Enjoy your lurk, Chiller. Hey, Mrs. First. How you doing? Welcome back, everybody. It's good to see y'all. Okay. Hey, Trumpet. Welcome, welcome. How are you? How's everyone's weekend? Mrs. First says, I'm having a good day. I've actually accomplished things, so feeling good about that. Oh, that's awesome. So my big plan is I'm going to take the weekend off. I'm not going to run errands. I'm not going to be doing a bunch of social events. I'm going to take a day off from streaming. I'm going to take the whole weekend and I'm just going to chill. You know, I'm gonna play some games, read some books, eat some ice cream. I'm just gonna chill and try to like reset from chaos and all this. And I basically spent the whole weekend cleaning. Like, our bathroom's nice and clean. I finally caught up on laundry. Like, I got a ton of stuff done around the house. I read one novella, and I played a wee bit of Baldur's Gate, and I had a small meltdown on my house flipper office, which is going to need redecorated. But yeah, I mostly just spent the whole weekend doing housework. Whoops. We have a bunch of soup in the freezer now, so if we get sick, we'll be prepared. So I accomplished a lot. It's just none of it is what I'd actually set out to do. Like, I specifically set myself the goal of taking it easy, and I failed miserably. So
check.
So my weekend was very productive. It wasn't terribly relaxing, but it was very productive. So, whoop. Oh, silly. My alarm is like, did you know your stream is coming up soon? Yeah. I'd noticed that when I was streaming. All right. So, what? Nancy's not thrilled to snoop around Camille's grave. I'm excited. Bless you, Luke. Mrs. First asks, but did the housework help your mental state? Because if so, it could have helped in the same way relaxation might. If there'd been a way that I could do both, I think it would have been even better. But catching up on a lot of stuff that I've been falling behind on definitely helped. So I have a very busy week planned this week, so we'll see how I'm doing the weekend. And maybe I'll get more Baldur's Gate played in the meanwhile. All right, let's Let's start by snooping the grave. Oh, there's bats.
Yes,
You startled me. Do you work here?
I do. Are you looking for someone?
Yes, Camille Hurley. She died back in the 1800s.
Ah, Camille. Beautiful crypt, wonderful view, good drainage. Whoever buried her must have loved her very much.
May I go inside it?
You may, but unfortunately you can't.
Why not?
I accidentally dropped the key down the grate that's in front of the crypt. If you can retrieve it, you can keep it. I'm having another one made. But if you do go into the crypt, just remember, you won't be alone.
That's nice.
Well, there's the key. I'll never get that key at this rate.
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. First. I'm glad I got stuff accomplished though, because I've been struggling to organize well enough, so actually accomplishing things was spectacular.
Hey there! Welcome to Buell's Old Time Taffy House. Come on over here. Welcome, stranger. Listen, you by any chance get here on that private train what's parked out yonder?
As a matter of fact, yes, I did.
There's a rumor going around that Charlena Purcell's on board. Is that true?
As a matter of fact, yes, it is.
Hot dang if that don't beat all. I've read every single book that gal's ever written. Best writer whatever lived. Did she get off the train too?
I don't think so. She's pretty busy.
Charlena Purcell herself right here in Copper Gorge, breathing the same air as me. Hot dang! Well, welcome, little missy. Go on in and take a gander at what life was like during the heyday of Copper Gorge whilst you sample some of our delicious homemade saltwater taffy.
It says, OMG, that startled me. I think that's the idea. Mrs. First says that's quite a character. Luke says, howdy, stranger. It's colorful.
So, this is some kind of museum?
Why, it's the best kind of museum, sister. It's free. You can gape and gawk and ooh and ah to your heart's content. Least you can till I close up.
Roy says no penicillin, no TV, no electricity, and outhouses, probably.
Where'd all this stuff come from?
Been in the family for years. For centuries, in fact. See, Buell was my great-great-uncle. This building used to be his general store. During the glory days back in the 1880s, he commenced a pawnbrokering, so the miners Copper Gorge was crawling with back then could raise some cash to pay for grub and tools and such. But pretty soon, the mining boom went bust. And there was Uncle Buell, stuck with a whole store full of junk. Only it wasn't junk to him. Debris from lost lives and broken dreams is what he called it. Couldn't bring himself to get rid of it. So, he passed it on to his kin. My great-granddaddy's the one who come up with the idea of turning the place into a tourist attraction.
And you make money by selling taffy?
Tourists just love taffy. Especially when you dangle a free sample in front of them to get them hooked. Of course, it ain't really free. Some taffy on a stick'll cost you 2 tokens. Which you can get by winning both those games over there.
How much does it cost to play them?
Well, ain't you the little penny pincher? Fact of the
penny.
matter is they're free. Less you go messing with the artifacts I got in here. Do that and you'll be head first in the nearest snowdrift before you know what hit you.
Artifacts. Roy says, let's jump in our DeLorean and go back to the 1800s. Oh, we're there.
Do you by any chance have any of Jake Hurley's things in here?
Jake who?
Hurley, he was a miner. I think he may have left a lamp and a pickaxe with your great-great-uncle.
Never heard of him. Of course, that don't mean his stuff's not here. Just means you're just gonna have to look around and see for yourself. But remember, Susie Q, don't touch.
Great talking to you.
Ditto, little missy.
I mean, I grew up in a bit of a tourist town, and Like, there's some realism here. So let's go with that. Let's do lucky number 13. Let's see how many tries it takes for it to actually be lucky. Wow.
And I lose.
Roy, is that autocorrect or voice to text? Alright, try number 2.
Rats.
Alright, number 3. We're gonna stick with number 13. That's the train we came in on. Ah. Alright, third time was the charm. Roy says I type 1,000 words a minute and every 20th word is wrong. I can relate to that. Okay, we got a token with a little horseshoe on it. The taffy's 10 for $1. I'd buy taffy at 10 for $1. Benjamin says I type maybe 20 words per minute. As y'all can tell, I misspell constantly. I swear that the faster I type, the fewer typos I have, but maybe I just go too fast to see them. Oh boy. Ah. Oh, this thing's got a hair trigger. Oh, I don't like this game. Yeti's gonna beat me to the gold. Bandits! Oh yeah, we're gonna be doing this one more than once, unfortunately. Neener, neener, neener. Neener, neener, neener. Luke says if you type fast enough, the typos can't catch up. That explains it. The one time that I won NaNoWriMo, like, most of the month I was writing about 1,000 words an hour. And there were a fair few typos. And 10K day. Write 10,000 words in a day, and there were a few spells where I was writing like 1,000 words every half hour. And I swear it reads better than the rest of the project. Ooh. Okay. Oh, thank goodness I don't have to play that anymore. Alright. Happy Taffy.
Stick. Hey, maybe I could use this to fish the crypt key out from under that grate. Looks like to get some taffy on a stick, I'm going to need 2 different tokens.
One's a rock. That one's a horseshoe. Blunk. All right.
You still here?
It was fun talking to you.
I'll bet it was.
All right.
This looks just like the insignia I saw on the train. I'll bet this was Jake's trunk. If this was his trunk, maybe the pickaxe and lamp that I need are inside.
You ain't touching anything over there, are you, missy?
Oops, I'd better go ask permission before I mess with this.
All right. Let's go get the crypt key. Now, for the game dev nerds here in the chat, say this Copper Gorge location is interesting. It's got a couple of mini games that you have to do, and one of them is probably my favorite mini game in the game and one of my favorite mini games in the whole series overall, and the other is one of my least favorite mini games in the series.
Gotcha.
I just find it interesting. Alright. Here's a nice crypt. Ooh. Okay.
PB.
It's PB lead. I think that's lead, right? Red, green, blue, red, green, blue, orange, yellow, purple. There was a phase in my life where I tried to memorize the periodic table just for the purpose of puzzles. Clearly I did not succeed, but let's see you. I believe so. Nerd and proud of it. Green, red, purple, yellow, orange, blue. Nerd, says the guy writing code. One of the several guys in the chat writing code because we're the nerd
In
club.
the letter he wrote to his niece, Jake said she should go to Camille's grave and let Camille's goodness rub off on her. Rub as in rubbing, maybe? If I am supposed to make rubbings of these pillars, I'll need a pencil, which I already have, and some nice thin paper.
She has a pencil? She does have a pencil. Wow, she came prepared. Good job, Nance. All right.
This indentation looks familiar.
All right. So, green, red, purple, yellow, orange, blue. Hey. Hey. Yes, put puzzles in my crypt too. I'd like to leave that kind of legacy. Let's confuse the archaeologists.
Welcome back.
Do you know what's in that old trunk over there?
Why? You ain't been fooling with it, have you?
Oh no, of course not. No, I just thought it might contain the lamp and pickaxe that I asked you about before.
Well, if it does, you can forget about him, 'cause it's locked. None of my kin have ever been able to figure out how to open it. Not even my cousin Alvin, and he went to junior college.
Would it be okay if I tried to open it?
Well, now, I certainly ain't gonna let you break it open if that's what you're getting at.
Oh no, I would never use force, believe me. But in order to try to get it open, I would have to, touch it.
Nope, sorry, not gonna happen, little missy. Unless...
Unless?
Tell you what, you get Charlene Purcell to come in here so's I can shake her hand, and I'll let you fiddle with that trunk till the cows come home.
But Charlena is very busy. What if she won't come?
Then I guess you'll just be out of luck.
No, actually, you will be.
Now, how do you figure that?
Well, if you were to just meet her, you'd have nothing to show for it. Afterwards, she'd go her way and you go yours, and that would be it. But if you were to, say, get her autograph, well, then you'd have something to hang on the wall and brag about.
Okay, make it so's I can meet her and get her autograph.
Oh, but the thing is, she's on a deadline, and if you take her away from her writing, she may fall behind. And if she falls behind, her publisher may pull the plug. And if her publisher pulls the plug, it could ruin her career. Do you really want to risk ruining Charlena Purcell's career?
Good heavens, of course not. All right, you just get me Charlena's autograph, and you got a deal. Just make sure she uses my name. I want it real personal-like.
You bet. And your name is?
Fatima, with an F. None of that weirdo PH stuff.
Okay, Fatima. I'll be right back.
Hey Boomer, welcome, welcome. How you doing? Luke says she went from excited to see you to sounding like she's about to jump the counter and strangle you real quick like. Said it's all oddly familiar. You've been to my hometown tourist traps.
More questions?
I met a huge fan of yours in town who'd really, really like your autograph. An autographed picture would be even better.
Imagine that, me having fans way out here in the boonies. Well, I'm sure I have a picture around here somewhere.
Okay.
But what I don't have is a pen. Usually I just ask my assistant for one.
I have a pencil here somewhere.
A pencil won't do, dear. It has to be ink. See if you can borrow a pen from somebody.
Luke says never trust a mascot. Anyone could be hiding under there, including another mascot. Oh, that's a horrifying thought. Boomer says I bought a brand new boomerang and I'm having trouble throwing the old one away. Piss.
What's up?
I really, really need a pen. Could I borrow one from you?
Sorry.
Well, I'll catch you later.
Come back anytime.
Boomer asks if that's the mascot version of the clown car. Just mascots all the way down. Oh.
I can't stay mad at a fellow detective. What do you need?
Do you by any chance have a pen I could borrow?
Why, I'm surprised at you. Don't you know that every detective should carry a pen?
Actually, I carry a pencil.
Well, as it happens, I got lots of pens. Tell you what, if you can play that Leaping Lizards game I found over there and do better than I did when I played it, which shouldn't be that hard seeing as how smart you are, I'll give you a pen. What do you say?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, the object of the game is to get rid of as many lizards as you can by jumping them with other lizards until you can't jump anymore. Last time I played, I wound up with just 5 lizards. If you can wind up with only 4, the pen's yours.
Oh boy, this is gonna take a few tries. Boomer says Russian mascot doll. Luke says pull off the last one and there's no one there. Benjamin says Nancy drew in the mystery of the pointless fetch quests. That's the best part! Luke asks Boomer, would that make it a sad old boomerang? Pun of the day. Prize goes to Luke. Let's see.
You lost. Guess
Oh,
you're
give
not
me
so
a
smart
minute.
after all.
That's 6.
Try again.
Hello, Sapphire. How you doing? This was definitely one of my favorite Nancy games. Interesting.
Well, sure.
It's not one of my favorites, even though there's a lot that I like about it. But I'm always so interested to see, like, who likes which games and why. This one I mostly just don't like that everybody's cranky. Boomer says went to acting class with someone who is a mascot with the Chicago Blackhawks when they won the Stanley Cup, and later with the Chicago White Sox when they won the World Series. Oh, that's cool. Sapphire says, I'm good. How are you? I'm all right. I had a very productive weekend. Let me see. Oh, that was satisfying. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sapphire says, okay, back, had a few ads. Also, I do have to share, just like at Cracker Barrel, I cannot stand this puzzle. My brain just can't do it. I mean, it's better than Fox and Geese. Depending on how my brain is braining, sometimes I really like Leapin' Lizards. Sometimes not so much. Okay. Interesting. Fox and Geese drives me mad. My brain just can't do it. It's so interesting to me. Like, there are puzzles that I can solve with no misclicks. First try, just whew, bam, done. And then there's some where I can stare at it for an hour and like, I've got nothing. Got nothing. One time I was stuck on one like that, and my brother walked past the screen, did a quick walk back, and was like, you just have to move that over there. Like, what? Um, let's see. Hmm. 4 lizards. Oh, I can take one more. I can take 2 more.
I did it!
2
I
lizards.
won!
Talk about luck. Here's your pen.
Okay. I got it down to 2 lizards. I'm happy. Oh, come on.
What else can I do for you?
Brain be braining. Yes! Oh, that was
You've been
satisfying.
a big help.
Anything for a fellow detective.
Anything except a good attitude. Yeah, that was awesome. Let's- yeah. Boomer asks, is he the Nero Wolf type? Never leaves his desk. I can't say that he is because Nero Wolf actually solves his cases. It's more the Inspector Lestrade type. Needs Sherlock to solve everything for him. Wait a minute. All right. That needs to be 2. So. Okay. So. Hmm. Hmm. Sapphire says, oh no, the weights. I really do love this game, but so many puzzles I was awful at. It definitely has a lot of like extra tricky ones. I love the like rearranging the dolls. That one's really fun for me. Okay, hang on. Mm. Look forward to that one every time I played this one. I was going to ask if you looked at the dolls yet. Didn't want to accidentally backseat. Yes, we solved the dolls last week. That was really fun. Hang on. Okay. Change by. Okay. Change by. Oh gosh. Yeah, this one drives me nuts because my brain just cannot rearrange that many numbers. Yeah. I will say, when I was a kid and I played it, the following the dance step one, I hated. It would take me so many tries to do. I thought it was so hard. This time, I didn't even have to write all of the parts of the step down. Like, I was able to solve that one pretty easily, and that was so satisfying. That adds track. I usually just threw the weights around until something happened. That's where I'm at. Hmm. Oh gosh. Okay. Here. Okay. Then that gets it down to 4, but then there's one wrong. Okay. Can I get it where... Oh, Oh, so close. Oh my gosh. And then when I get it, it's gonna be like, oh, duh. Alright. Brain making static noises. Okay. So, I need it to be 2. It can be positive 2 or negative 2. It just has to be 2. So... I keep getting it to 3. Golly. Oh gosh. Man. I know. If I could get it to 0 out here without using the 2. Um, wait a minute. Well, oops. Need to be 3. And then there, as they go up. Close. I need 1 extra weight. Okay. Ooh. Um, I can get it to be a 1, I can get it to be a 3. How do I get it to be a 2? Okay, I've got evens and odds. To 11. Whoop. Got it. 16. Okay. Oh boy. Mm. Every so often I'll think I'm like, oh, if I just did the, what was it? Okay. It's a game for children. Sort of. Really, really, really smart children. Okay. Boomer says I don't get this puzzle. The weight's add to 27, so no way to reach 0. All right, so every time you put a weight on one of these, it moves the little arrow 1 space along this row. And the idea is that each of these symbols has a number associated with it, and you want the balance to equal that number when the arrow hits the correct symbol. So for this one, we need this to equal 2. It can be +2 or -2. It doesn't matter as long as it's a 2. We need to use all of the weights in order to get to this point. So how do we use all of the weights? There's a 1, a 2, a 3, a 6, a 7, and an 8. How do we use all of them to equal 2? If we put them here, it's plus. If we put them here, it's minus. Can you use your thumb? I cannot. Thank you, Rikush. Okay. So. I keep getting 1s and 3s. Oh. Yeah, I can get it to 1, I can get it to 3. Okay. Anybody familiar with the Five Finger Death Punch song, 100 Ways to Hate? I gave you 1,000,000 chances, you gave me 100 ways to hate. Me at this puzzle. I do find it funny which puzzles seem easy and which ones just break my brain. Sapphire says, I feel like there has to be a missing piece. I feel like that too. So maybe we need to hunt around and come back. Like, I really think that we've tried every way there is to try it.
Have you found a pen so I can autograph that picture?
I got it from Tino. You can keep it. If you could have it say, to Fatima, that'd be great.
There you go. Anything else?
I should get going.
That would be nice.
Ow. Oh, you're leaving? Wonderful.
Hey, Nancy.
There you are. We've been looking for you.
Yeah, you won't believe the lucky break we caught.
Lucky break? Hey, that was the result of good old-fashioned detective work.
It was the result of your insisting we stop for a cheeseburger.
Guys, what's going on?
Well, it turns out that a grandchild of Jake's engineer still lives around here.
What's more, he hangs out at the local diner, comes in every day.
Apparently, he's pretty ancient.
Ah, and you found that out when you stopped there so Joe could get a hamburger.
Cheeseburger.
The thing is, the owner of the diner wouldn't agree to point the guy out unless one of us fills in for his short-order cook.
He's got to go home and wait for the cable guy or something.
And since Joe here barely knows how to boil water, guess who got the job?
Way to go, Frank.
Oh, and get this. Balducci convinced Lori that Jake's mine is somewhere right here in Copper Gorge, so he, Lori, and John Gray are hiking up the mountain out there even as we speak.
Like that bumblebrain's gonna find anything.
Sounds like now might be a good time to do some serious poking around on the train.
Good thought.
Hey, I better get going. Wish me luck.
I'll go with you. You can make me a cheeseburger.
Sapphire says, I really don't like that lady either. So rude, takes no effort to be nice. The problem is that that's everyone except the Hardy Boys in this game. They're all rude. I don't like it when they're mean to me. Like this game and the final scene. Like everybody's cranky. Like I love the settings and they have a lot of good puzzles, but the people are so cranky. Boomer says, living in the USA. Somebody get me a cheeseburger. Our national dish. Sapphire says, there's a difference. The cheese makes it better. And I love Bess because she's always so nice. I love Bess too.
Got that autograph?
Got something better, an autographed picture.
Hot dang! She spelled my name right and everything. Go ahead, little missy. Have a go at that trunk. Whatever's inside, it's all yours.
Oh.
This indentation looks familiar.
Old Steve Miller bands. I've already forgotten what I'd been talking about. Okay. Red. Green. Blue. Orange. Yellow. Purple.
Well, here's Jake's lamp.
All right. Aha!
Another slug. Could come in handy.
Oh, thank
But
goodness.
where's his pickaxe?
Thank goodness.
Welcome back.
Have you by any chance ever come across a pickaxe that had the initials JH carved into it?
Why?
Because it used to belong to Jake Hurley, and I really, really need it. I thought it would be in that old trunk, but it wasn't.
You got that trunk open? Wait till I tell Cousin Alvin. He thinks he's so smart. As for that pickaxe, so happens I got it upstairs in my kitchen. Use it to open the coconuts Aunt Lucy sends me every year from Hawaii.
Do you think I could have it?
Why, no, you can't have it. How would I open them coconuts?
But your great-great-uncle, do you really think Buell would approve of you using something that belonged to some poor miner to open coconuts?
Oh, okay. I'll let you have the pickaxe.
Oh boy.
After you do something for me.
Sure.
I got a bunch of taffy over there what needs sorting. Just follow the directions that are posted by the machine. Them belts get moving pretty fast, so you gotta keep your wits about you. While you're doing that, I'll fetch that pickaxe.
Alright, remember I said that Copper Gorge has one of my favorite minigames and also one of my least favorite minigames? This one's one of my least favorite minigames.
You got a deal.
Alrighty.
There we go.
Wax paper for the taffy. Would you mind if I took a piece of wax paper?
Guess I could let you have a piece.
I steal it. Haha, like a thief. The taffy looks tasty. Alright, here we go. Okay. Getting a lot of reject taffy. Okay. Here's mango. Mango taffy? That even tastes good? I had to give up taffy. I kept losing fillings. Keep losing fillings anyway, but at least I feel like I'm doing something.
Yes, indeedy.
Okay.
Got that taffy sorted?
No problem. That was easy.
You sneak any freebies while you were at it?
It was pretty tempting, but nope, I sure didn't.
Well, ain't you the goody two-shoes? Truth is, wouldn't have minded too much if you had, long as you fessed up to it. Here's the pickaxe. Cracked the handle pretty bad on the last batch of coconuts. You sure you want it?
Positive.
There you go. Don't hurt yourself.
I won't. Thank you.
Got Charlena's picture hanging up. All right. So, go up to the grave and take the rubbings.
Hello?
Oh,
Hey, it's Frank.
all right.
I'm in the kitchen of
Yes.
the diner playing short order cook.
Has that grandchild of Jake's engineer showed up yet?
Just came in with this lady who's even older than he is. And get this, he's a retired miner, so every time I finish an order and ring the pickup bell, he thinks it's the mine shaft elevator bell. And for some reason it makes him start telling his lady friend about his grandfather.
You mean you ring the bell and he starts talking about James Thurston?
Exactly. Of course, 5 seconds later, he's rambling on about something totally unrelated, but I just fill an order, ring the bell, and ding, he picks up right where he left off. That is, unless I fill the order wrong and the waitress chews me out. She's got a voice like a chainsaw. Very distracting.
Sounds like you better keep your ears open and your nose to the grindstone.
I am. Just wanted to keep you posted.
Well, good luck.
Thanks. Talk to you soon.
Now this is one of my favorite mini games, like in the whole series. Okay, onions, jalapenos, hot mustard, bacon, and cheese. Onions, jalapenos, hot mustard, bacon, cheese. Onions, jalapenos, hot mustard, bacon, and cheese. Hey Luke, sound like something you would eat?
So do you know what you want to order yet, Edna?
I'm still looking.
Did I tell you that my granddaddy was the engineer on a private train owned by one of the richest men that ever passed through Copper Gorge? Jake Hurley was his name. Yes, sir, my granddaddy was Jake's private engineer for more than 25 years. Told my daddy that men don't come any crazier than Jake Hurley, or any nicer. Treated my granddaddy real well and told him stuff. Real important stuff. Stuff he made my granddaddy swear to never ever forget. Stuff that my granddaddy told my daddy, and that my daddy told me. Why don't you get the egg salad, Edna? Eggs are back to being good for you, you know. Seems like just last year all those scientific types were saying your arteries would clog up if you so much as looked at an egg. But nowadays, well, all of a sudden eggs are chock full of vitamins and proteins, and eating them's not only okay, it's what they recommend. They should either make up their minds or keep their mouths shut. Make eating more pleasant, that's for sure.
I love him. Alright, classic burger. Oh, and Roy asks, in the taste of gluten-free bread and regular bread, what's the taste difference? I feel like it's like there are taste differences, but the main difference is the texture. Gluten is elastic, so gluten-free tends to be a little bit grittier and a little bit like it'll crumble instead of bend. All right, classic. Lettuce, tomato, pickle, mayo, ketchup. Lettuce, tomato, pickles, mayo, ketchup. pickles, splat, mayo, ketchup.
Yes, sir, Jake Hurley told my granddaddy things he never told another living soul. Not even his wife. I tell you about her, Edna?
I don't think so.
Camille was her name. Camille Boulet. That's French, you know. Of course, she died so young that poor Jake didn't have time to tell her anything. According to my granddaddy, one summer day she had a dizzy spell and fell and hit her head. She didn't take well to the heat, see? And sometimes in the summer, when they were going through the desert, why, that train'd be just like an oven. Anyway, Granddad said she got right up afterwards and seemed okay. But a couple hours later, Jake found her in her room, dead as a doornail. Now there's another expression that kinda makes you wonder. Dead as a doornail. How can something be dead if it was never alive to begin with? And why a doornail? Why not something else that begins with a D? Like dish rag or dust mop. Dead as a dust mop. That's kinda got a ring to it, don't you think?
Oh gosh. Roy says fell down a well, eyes went cross, got kicked by a mule, the eyes go back to being uncrossed. Roy says, my mother used to make homemade bread. It was very tasty but brittle, especially when it dried out. Interesting. Hayashi burger? Can't read that. Alright, avocado, tomato, fruit jelly. Fruit jelly. Fruit jelly. Pineapple, cheese, and mayo. Pineapple and cheese? Do I need to try that? Okay, avocado, tomato, fruit jelly, pineapple, cheese, mayo. Avocado, tomato, right? Fruit jelly, pineapple, cheese, mayo. Right? Avocado, tomato, fruit jelly, pineapple, cheese, mayo. Yes.
The way my granddaddy died, that was kind of strange, too. I ever tell you how my granddaddy died?
No, I don't think you did.
My daddy, he came home from school one day to find a railroad official telling his mom that Granddad been found dead in Blue Moon Canyon, Nevada. He was in the engine of Jake Hurley's train, just kind of slumped over with his hand still on the throttle. The strange thing is, nobody else was on board the train, yet the door to the engine was locked and barred. It was like Granddad was trying to keep someone out, like he was running from something, like something finally scared him so bad his heart just stopped. Of course, he was in his 60s at the time, and back then that was old. Doesn't seem so old now, does it, Edna? Here I am pushing 93 and still spry as a spring chicken. Spring chicken! Now where do you suppose that expression came from? Why not spring goose or summer chicken? Ah, life's just one puzzlement after another, isn't it, Edna?
I think I've done his pedicure before. Boomer says I call furry low-slung dogs dust mops. Even better if you spray their stomachs with end dust. Colossal burger. Everything minus the peas. No pickles, peanut butter, pineapple, or pickled herring. Okay. Pickles, peanut butter, pineapple, pickled herring. Well... okay. Just gonna make my way across methodically. I feel like this is one of those that you don't want to watch somebody else eat.
I ever tell you about the mine my granddaddy said Jake Hurley'd found?
He found a mine?
A couple years before he died, Granddad told my daddy that Jake found a vein in the mountains somewhere and was mining it all by himself. so no one would steal it out from under him. He wouldn't even tell Granddad where the mine was. What he'd do is have Granddad drive the train real slow so he could jump off without Granddad seeing him. Then Granddad would pick him up at a prearranged spot a few days later. Oh, they didn't call him Crazy Jake Hurley for nothing. Speaking of crazy, you see how much Abner's charging for a haircut at that shop of his now? $20! But what's even crazier is people are actually paying him that. I told him the only way I'd pay him $20 would be if I came in with hair down to my knees. He just laughed and said I was a crazy one. $20 for a haircut? What is this world coming to?
Yeah, I think I did his pedicure once. Ooh, chef's choice. Okay, how do we want to do this burger? Luke, what do you want on your burger? Let's see. We gotta have bacon and jalapenos. I know that. I think avocado too. Put everything on the sandwich except for the kitchen sink. Boomer says, crazy. My local grocer is charging piratical prices for corn. A buccaneer. But let's do bacon and avocado, pickles, jalapenos, cheese, and hot mustard. What do we think? Good? I really love this mini game. All right. Ding ding.
But the craziest thing Jake Hurley ever did was tell Granddad the secret to finding his mine. He made him swear to tell it to my daddy and nobody else. Eventually, my daddy, he told me, and it was so bizarre that I remember it to this day, though I sure don't understand how it'd help anybody find his mine. But since my daddy didn't tell me not to tell anybody, this is what Crazy Jake Hurley told Granddad, word for word. The eye of the tiger is fixed on a star. Zircon lies in fingers that scar. Amethyst floats in a hand from the deep. Citrine is what the foul mouth shall keep. Tourmaline by a soft arm is ensnared. Peridot rests at the foot of the mare.
The eye of the tiger is fixed on a star. Zircon lies in fingers that scar. Amethyst floats in a hand from the deep. Citrine is what the foul mouth shall keep. Tourmaline by a soft arm is ensnared. Peridot rests at the foot of the mare?
Frank, are you sure that's what he said?
I'm positive.
Roy says what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but don't have a heart attack. Words to live by. Luke says, want cheeseburger. Well, maybe we'll have to go and get you a cheeseburger soon. I would try making you one, but since I don't eat them, it might be a little tricky, and we don't have any good gluten-free buns.
Do you think he could have been pulling your leg?
Look, this guy was old, okay? I mean, we're talking Jurassic. And guys that old don't joke around. They don't have time to. What you just heard is what I heard, word for word.
I mean, guys I've met that are that old tend to joke a lot. Like, they have nothing better to do but mess with people at that point.
Got anything else?
I almost forgot. You gotta check this out.
It's just an old letter, Frank.
You bet it's an old letter from Samuel Clemens.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, where'd you get this?
I found it in the caboose.
Apparently, he and Jake were pen pals.
Wish I had a famous writer for a pen pal.
When Joe gave it to me, I about flipped. I know I should turn it over to Lori, and I will, but it's just so darn cool.
I still don't see what the big deal is. I mean, it's not like it's from Mark Twain or anything. What?
See you later.
Sounds good.
Oh, Joe. Don't ever change. Let's see here. Okay, can't snoop in his stuff. But...
If I had some music, I could play a tune.
oh, we've had music for quite a while, Nancy. Okay. C, D, E, F, G. A, G. Huh.
A spyglass. I'll bet it's the one I need for Jake's projector.
Welcome back, Sapphire. Sapphire says had to help someone with setting up stream stuff. Oh, interesting. I miss. We made cheeseburgers. It was very, very fun. What? Boomer says if you ever go to House on the Rock in Wisconsin, there's a museum right next to it that has a bunch of air-powered music machines. What? What? So, sorting taffy, one of my least favorite mini games in the whole series. I hate sorting taffy. Stresses me out. Making the cheeseburgers, legitimately one of my favorite mini games in the whole series. And they're back to back. Key yet? No. It's Snoopy. Ah, Sapphire says, food stuff is my favorite stuff in these games across the board. The Kitchen Duty and White Wolf, the best. 100% agree. All of the food stuff is the best stuff.
Carbide. Just what I need to make that lamp I found work.
I love that. I love the parfait making in Danger by Design. Like, the food puzzles are the best puzzles. I would just play those. Do you ever play... oh, the tea is fun too. Yes. Alright, have you ever played, like, hidden object adventure games? My mom's really into those, and I've played quite a few of them with her. Oh yeah, we needed... go back to the grave. Then we'll come back here. And the company that we or whatever that we buy most of them from, they'll do this thing where a lot of them, they'll have a standard edition and a collector's edition. And the standard edition is just, you know, it's the game and it is the full game, but then the collector's edition, it'll have like a bonus epilogue, so an extra level basically, and usually some like bonus hidden objects through it where you can try to collect the whole set. And also there will be a puzzles and mini games tab in the menu where once you've beaten the game, you can go back and play any of the mini games as many times as you want. And I want that for Nancy Drew. Like, I want a Nancy Drew arcade collection disc that just has the mini games, and I can play whichever one I want as many times as I want. Like, I could just be a short order cook for hours. It would be great. I'd never have to sort taffy again, and I could just be a short order cook. So, just, I want that. I want to play that. Mm-hmm. Yes, the food puzzles are relaxing. Sapphire says, honestly, I don't know if you've looked at it, but the game Unpacking has some great realization. I've seen like bits of streams where people were playing it. I'm not sure yet, because all I've seen is the gameplay, and it's one of those where I hear
Wisdom, charity, purity, eternity.
it's one of those where I hear people say that the story is what makes it, but I don't know anything about the story. So it's like, well, if it's a kind of story I don't like, then it won't make it for me. I don't know. Though Boomer was recently playing A Little to the Left. And that also looked very, very fun. So I currently have my eye on A Little to the Left, but Unpacking is definitely on my radar. All right. I came in here needing something. Oh yeah. Oh. Sapphire says, I just like opening boxes and putting stuff away. The story isn't bad, per se. You follow a girl as she grows up, but opening boxes is where it's at. Okay. Then I will keep it on my radar. We'll see. So, paper has wisdom, eternity, charity, and purity. All right. So, wisdom, eternity, purity, charity. Purity says harp. Yes. All for wisdom. Boomer says there's a cute little puzzle game called Gorogoa on Steam for about $5, playable in a half hour or so. Ooh. So, enjoy your lurk, Lociation. Thanks for dropping in. Oh, Crown for Eternity. And Dove for Charity. Okay. Then... Alright. So the owl is 7. There's the dove, that's 9. Okay. Crown and harp. Crown is 6. Harp is 3. Okay. And then I think it was in this one. Yes. Okay. And since the puzzle order is here, 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 that means 7, 9, 6, 3. 7, 9, 6, 3. Yes!
More pipes. Why am I not surprised?
Why am I not disappointed? But I just want a collector's edition of Nancy Drew so that I can play just all of the puzzles and mini games over and over. Here we go. All right, enjoy your lurk, Boomer. Okay.
That should do it.
Oh. Okay. Then, can we open that last one? Okay. Hopefully, this will be significantly easier. Okay. Haha. Mess myself up. Oh, oh. Boom. Okay, it's much easier when you have all of the parts you need. Okay. Back to the painting.
And naturally, we have still more pipes.
Yes, indeed we do, Nancy. Okay, that needs to go there. Okay. Ooh. Okay. And
There, that looks right.
okay, I think that's all of them. If I'm wrong, then we'll have to do a second chance.
Sounds like steam from the engine is moving through those pipes now.
Okay. This first says, at Sapphire, I haven't played Unpacking, but I watched my husband play it the other day, and it does look both fun and relaxing. I've done a little bit of Unpacking in House Flipper too, and I enjoyed that. I'm hoping to try the game Unpacking soon. I think my one issue with what I saw of people playing it and of the Unpacking in House Flipper 2 is I wish I could see like what items were remaining so that I could strategize a little bit. Instead of like running out of space. All right. Okay.
Finish that. I'm done with that. Finish that. Finish that. Check. I'm done with that. Check. I'm done with that.
I'm done with that.
Finish that.
Finished that.
Check.
Check.
Finish that. Finish that. Check. Finish that.
This first says, for the Unpacking and House Flipper 2, I often end up pulling everything out of the boxes and then deciding what to do with each item. Same.
I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Check. Finish that. Finish that. Check. Check. I'm done with that.
Man.
Finish that. Finish that. Finish that. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Finish that. I'm done with that.
Okay.
Can't check that off yet.
Sapphire says my favorite Nancy line is still, "It's locked." Mm-hmm.
I'm done with that.
Do you have all the gemstones?
I'm done with that. Finish that.
Finished that.
Check. Finish that. Finish that.
Okay, so setting up his quirky machine is the only thing I have left.
Hey, how's it going?
See you in a bit.
Sounds good.
You'd think that after finding everything locked every time, she might not be so surprised by it each time. Ooh. I like these floors. Okay. Distraction. Okay. Hang on. Alright. Trying to think, like, what puzzles are still left, and this is... Okay.
Oh no. What I need is some duct tape.
Yeah, Nance, duct tape is definitely going to be enough for that. Alright. Alright. Let's go for duct tape. Ooh.
I hear Tino took you and Lori for a little hike today.
Don't remind me. Turns out Tino had no idea where he was going. Good thing for him, my fingers were frozen stiff. Otherwise, I would have strangled him.
Would you by any chance have any duct tape?
Got some right there in my gearbox. That's the good news. The bad news is, I can't open the box. It's an antique lockbox that I found in this abandoned monastery I scoped out on my show last year. You can open it with either the key, which I just discovered I forgot to bring with me, or the combination, which you're supposed to be able to figure out just by looking at the box. Fortunately, I didn't put anything critical in there. I've never tried to open it without the key, but if you want that duct tape, go ahead and give it a shot.
Sapphire says, no. Really? Tino didn't know where he was going. I'm shocked, honestly. Gosh.
Thanks, I think I will.
If you get it open, the duct tape's all yours.
There's an image on each of those buttons. They tell a story, maybe? I bet the animals should start from the left shore.
Alright. That's all of them that are there. So, let's see. Take the cat across. Leave the cat. Why did he put the duct tape in the box? Maybe it was one of those situations where, like, you have a thing that needs a container, you have a container, you know that this thing does not go in this container, but whatever. Leave the cat. Go back. Pick up the wolf. Drop off the wolf, but bring the cat. off the cat. Take the bird. Drop off the bird. Get the cat. Boom. Put the key in the box to keep it safe. That made sense. I accept that answer. Okay. Alright, also... I'm gonna save my game real quick. Specifically so that... after I beat the game, I can come back to look around and take pictures for House Flipper inspiration. Because House Flipper does have a property that is a train car that you're turning into like a tiny house. So obviously, this is going to be my inspiration.
What's going on?
So, how did your expedition to Jake's mine turn out?
Well, as you may or may not have heard, I didn't find the mine. But at least now I know where it isn't, which is just as good as knowing where it is. Sorta.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks for your help.
Anything for a fellow detective.
It could be in any of like 3 states, but you know it's not in this particular canyon. We're getting there. I'll ask Glory too.
Before you say anything, I just want to say thank you.
For what?
Tino came to see me. He said you'd made him realize what a jerk he'd been for dumping me, and then he asked me out. Isn't that great? He said he doesn't care what anybody else thinks. He thinks we make the perfect couple.
Well, I can't argue with him there.
So what do you want?
Subtle shade, Nance. Wow.
I hear Tino took you and John on a trek to Jake's mine.
Jake's mine, my eye. We went tramping through the snow, lugging all this equipment John insisted on bringing, and where do we end up? At this teeny tiny, half-rotten, tumble-down outhouse.
He led you to an outhouse?
Well, he said it was the opening to a mine shaft, but then John said if it was, shouldn't the hole be going into the mountain instead of just down? So they stood there arguing until Tino finally grabbed a shovel, went inside, and started digging. What he found was definitely not gold.
There's the outhouse you were looking for, Roy. Fire says, just as good. Really is. Like, the mine isn't in the train car, so we basically know where it is. I have played Ghost of Thornton Hall, but I've only played that one once, and that was not long after it came out, so it's been a while. Roy says there's always an outhouse. You know your rural areas, my dude.
What did John say?
He called Tino a moron, and a whole lot of other things I'd rather not repeat.
We'll talk some more later.
Keep me posted.
Sapphire says I replay that every October. Interesting. I think as far as the spooky ones go, Ghost of Blackmore Manor is probably my fave.
Good as new. Sorta.
Okay, we have the right map. And my replay game is Barrow Hill, Curse of the Ancient Circle. There's also the sequel game, Barrow Hill, The Dark Path, and as much as I can every year for the autumn equinox, I replay one of those games. Yeah, Roy says there's always an outhouse, the smell will lead you to it. Oh yeah. Boomer says, I grew up in a town and time where some people had toilets, some used outhouses, and at least one used a chamber pot. Ooh. Now that is fascinating. And regarding Blackmore Manor, Sapphire says, oh my goodness, yes, that is a great classic one. Easily top 5 for me. Absolutely. I've been ranking the games as I've replayed them, saying which ones are the best ones for me. What would my top 5 be in order? And there's a couple where I'm really struggling to rank them. Okay, hang on. Is it... Oh, I got jump scared as a kid so bad when the red eyes did the thing, the nightmare scene. Oh, yeah. Okay, well. All right. The eye of the tiger is fixed on a star. Zircon lies and fingers the scar. Amethyst floats in a hand from the deep. Citrine is what the foul mouth shall keep. Tourmaline by a soft arm is ensnared. Peridot rests at the foot of the mare. Okay. Eye of the tiger is fixed on the star. Ooh, hello there. It's not quite what I was looking for. Do I rotate this thing? Alright. Figure it out in a minute.
Okay, looks like that goes there.
And spyglass.
There, it should work now.
How do I rotate the thingamajig?
Darn, I must be missing something.
Oh, I know you are. I'm just... Ah, there we go. Zircon lies and fingers that scar. Zircon. That's Peridot, that's Tourmaline. Amethyst. Try this one, and if I'm wrong, I'll just flip them. Amethyst rests in a hand from the deep. Citrine is what the foul mouth shall keep. Tourmaline by a soft arm is ensnared. I really love that rock. Peridot rests at the foot of the mare.
Nothing happened. The jewels must not be in the right place. Nothing happened. The jewels must not be in the right place.
Oh.
Whoa, looks like I did something right.
Okay. Cool steampunk machine is a go. Are we ready? Because I'm excited. This machine does raise the ranking for this game by several points for me.
And we have liftoff.
We love a good steampunk gizmo.
That's where Jake's mine is. Brimstone Canyon.
Don't you look all excited. What's up?
I think I know where Jake's mine is. Tell the engineer to head for a place in Nevada called Brimstone Canyon.
Way to go! I knew you could do it, Francie.
Not Francie, Nancy.
Here's the deal. When we get there, I'm going to make sure that you get to be the first one to check out the mine. I'll call everyone together in the dining car, and while we're in there, you slip off the train. Will 10 minutes be enough of a head start?
Sapphire says is really pretty. This little cutscene definitely is really cool. Luke says Nancy's going into space? I don't know. Well, I don't know what's happening, but I like it. Exactly. We love a steampunk gizmo. And thank you, Rikush. Alright.
You don't have to give me a head start.
Think of it as your reward. Of course, anything you find in the mine is, well, mine. So if I find out that you've taken something without telling me, let's just say things could get ugly.
I wouldn't get your hopes up too high. The mine might be totally worthless, you know.
I know, but I have the feeling that thanks to you, we are about to discover something huge. Great job, Amy.
Thank you.
Alright, away we go. Ooh. Excellent, excellent. Okay.
Sounds like the train's leaving. Where's it going? Well, Frank and Joe will make sure it comes back for me. I hope.
No signal. Didn't get to update Bess and George. I always forget to give them, like, the final update.
Oh no, that's gotta be the entrance to Jake's mine, but it's totally blocked by boulders.
Okay. Oh. Literally. Bombs away!
Whoa!
Yes! Fun steampunk gizmo, quickly followed by explosion. What more could you ask for?
This is the entrance to Jake's mine. Whoa, what's going on here? Jake's color wheel seems to be pointing toward purple. Wow, glowing lizards. Cool, but weird.
Luke says, want cannon. Princess, buy me a cannon. I'll start saving my pennies. Okay. Oh. Red. Yellow. Weird lizards. Right. Purple again. When does a rock become a boulder? Excellent question. Orange, red. Oh, I like this one where there's light. Green. Purple again.
Uh-oh, There's some kind of chamber on the other side of those poles.
Okay.
But if I move the wrong one, the ceiling will collapse. Jake was too meticulous not to have left a clue somewhere as to how you're supposed to move them.
So I missed several. As
Wonder
this
what
is
that's
the only
doing
one I
there.
noticed. Okay. Head back. Huh. Fire says controversial opinion. Nancy could just slip in there and not deal with all of that. Potentially. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna want Post-it for this. It's like, I don't know how far back I started missing them. Oh. Oh, it goes down again? Oh, well, that's kind of terrifying.
Another symbol.
Well, what order am I supposed to put that in? According to the book, she's a very slender teenager. I think she could fit. Alright, that we get. Where does that one count in the order? Probably just need practice, Boomer. I'm not very good at lurking either. Right, yeah, let's try to take it backwards. Like, you know, that's the last one. I don't see any symbols there. Oh. Rails for a minecart. Intriguing. Okay. Nothing over there. I feel like there's probably more symbols than what I'm seeing. Huh? I'm expecting to be using a lot of second chances. It's a little pond. We love a pond. Okay. So I feel like I'm not finding very many symbols. So I have concerns. Probably more that aren't on
I
the
wonder
right
if it
path.
has something to do with those symbols I saw before.
Alright, ready to die?
I've seen that symbol before. Nuts.
Yep. Fat Nance. Alright. So, I guess we explore the whole mine? Or something? Alright. Not sure how to use that to put them in order, though. Like, if they're not on the main path, how do you know what order it goes in? Okay, well, this one's really close to the entrance, so that's probably the first one. Also, pond with a fish! We love a cave fish. Mm. Fish just living its best life. Absolutely. Like, it gets all the benefits of being a cave fish, but also there's actual sunlight, so...
I can't get through here.
Hmm. Nope. There. Hmm. Okay.
Jake must have made those symbols. The question is...
Ah,
why?
okay. I need 2 post-it notes. That's my problem. So, it goes... And it goes like... Cactus. And then campfire. And then... Snake. That's the worst drawing of a snake that anyone has ever made. Wow. Then... Hanging rock. And then fish. And then... Bats. Bats. Okay. So the campfire symbol is this one. Okay. Fish is this one. I mean, their snake is so-so. The snake I tried to draw is no. Just very, very no. Okay, there's those 2. Then one by the boulder is that one. Okay. Then We go down twice. I think it's the one that looks like a Z. Okay. Yeah, it's the one that looks like a Z. Sort of. Okay. Then they do have a squiggle snake over here, which is where the rocking chair is. Which leaves this. Rats. Okay. I'm gonna transfer this from little notes to big notebook. Hey, Chiv, welcome, welcome. Aw, Sapphire says, also I just want to say I appreciate the fact that you're family friendly. It's hard for me to find streamers that I can enjoy with my daughter. I try. Sometimes I slip. If you're ever here when I slip, just let me know and I'll clean up. But I try really hard. Also, thank you, Chiv. How are you doing? Okay, so it's Z thing, curvy T thing, rocking chair. Sapphire says I'm not perfect. She's heard swear words from me and her dad. We gotta learn them somewhere. I think it's more, we'll get on to like a more adult topic and we'll be trying to talk about like something grown up using family friendly language. And it's a really, really fine line to walk. So we need to just like veer off. Hang on. And then this thing, that one, and then weird J. Okay. And we have found the hidden mine and are trying to make our way through it.
Okay, so far so good.
That.
I should be able to get through there now.
Okay. Aww. Yeah, topics will get heavy. Sapphire says, honestly, she's more just watching the game. She likes watching when I play the Nancy Drew games, too. She's still too young to play games. Oh, how old?
Jake Hurley, I presume?
Aww, he died holding the picture of his wife.
Camille. It figures he'd be carrying a picture of her. There's something underneath it.
Oh, she's 4? That's such a cute age. They're all cute ages. Well, I'm happy to be able to provide a space for the next generation of gamers. Sapphire says, they really are. She's the best, but I'm definitely not biased. Oh, never. Okay. Letter to Jake Hurley.
Looks like a letter. April 14th, 1865.
Oh, my.
Your humble friend, Abe.
Oh. I would scarcely leave my office at all these days were it not for Mary. Tonight, at her insistence, I will be accompanying her to the Ford Theater to see a comedy called Our American Cousin. Have you seen it? Mary assures me that I'll enjoy it, despite the fact that for some strange reason, I've never felt at ease when at the theater. Perhaps tonight will be different. From your humble friend, Abe.
Oh my gosh, this is from Abraham Lincoln. And April 14th is the day he was assassinated. This letter must be worth a fortune.
That's just what I thought, too.
Uh-huh.
See, what I didn't tell you when I gave you that letter Jake wrote to Ruth is that I also found his diary, which is how I found out he'd gotten to be friends with President Lincoln, and that he'd gotten a letter from Abe that he knew would be so valuable someday that he always kept it on his person. Can I have it?
Sure.
See, I knew if we could just find Jake's body, we'd find the letter. And you did it, Amy. You did it. I'm going to be famous. Good famous for once.
So you never really cared about finding Jake's mine?
Nah. I mean, it would have been nice if it was filled with gold and silver and stuff, but this is what I was really after.
And you followed me because you didn't trust me?
I trusted you to find it. I just didn't trust you to give it to me. And now that you have, you know, I'd really, really be famous if I could say I found this all by myself. But even if I got you to lie for me, how do I know you'd keep lying? Oh my gosh. What if there was like this cave-in and we were trapped, but I was the only one who made it out?
Excuse me?
Oh my gosh! That way I could not only say that I found the letter, but that I tried to save you. Only you did something stupid, and it was all I could do to save myself. Oh my gosh! I'd make the national news for sure, and people would say I was smart and resourceful and courageous even.
Lori, you can't be serious. That's crazy.
You don't understand. People are finally going to respect me. I have to do this. Sorry.
Lori!
I mean...
The opening's blocked. I'm trapped. Now how am I gonna get out of here?
She gave a lot of hints that she's a sociopath. Luke says, I think she might be the bad guy. Lucian says that daughter could play Reed or Rabbit. Don't even have to click the mouse if those games are still around. Might be hard to find. Write him back. Don't go, Abe. Boomer says, did Nancy learn to not go into an abandoned mine alone? Down, 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 with no means of communication? Nah. Wouldn't be Nancy Drew if she didn't. Casually talks about not letting Nancy live. Oh yeah. Sapphire says, wait, I have questions. Nancy picks wrong plank, dies. Lori does it, and Nancy's trapped. To be fair, because I was watching, Nancy seems to be standing under the rock pile and is like grabbing the planks and pulling them out because she's focused on getting through, whereas Lori stood back, kicked, and ran. Because her focus was on escaping herself. So I think I'll allow that one. Some of them make less sense, but I'll allow that one. Oh boy.
Maybe I could get out of here in this.
Here's the back door, Roy. Is there anything that Lori missed? Nope. All right, here we go. Okay, ready? Here we go. Ooh. This way. Yes. started to relax. It's a good thing I didn't. Alright, over we go. This way. Whee! Man, guy dug the whole thing himself? Whoa! Oh, hey, Laurie. Oh, that's mine.
Laurie, are you all right?
Nancy, is everything okay?
It is now.
As soon as we discovered you and Lori weren't on the train, we jumped off and hightailed it back here.
What the heck's going on?
I'm sure Lori will be glad to tell you all about it.
Darn you, Natalie.
It's Nancy. Dear Hannah, some hostess Lori Gerard turned out to be. When her father heard that she'd tried to seal me up in that mine, he canceled all her credit cards and said that from now on, Lori'll have to support herself. She has yet to stop crying. Tino Balducci told reporters that he knew what Lori was up to all along, and said he let Frank, Joe, and me solve the case so we amateurs could enjoy his limelight. Joe was just about to belt him when a big argument broke out between John Gray and Charlena over whether John had really recorded Camille's ghost. She started calling him a crackpot, and then he started calling her a hack. Then, well, let's just say that soon the press was no longer interested in what Tino had to say. As for Jake Hurley, it turns out that his letter from Abe Lincoln is worth a small fortune. Pretty ironic, huh? Jake spent his whole life searching for gold, when all along he possessed something far more valuable. His uncanny knack for making friends. Love, Nancy.
Okay. Oh man, why did it always do ads during the ending? It does that every time. Let's see. Chiller asks, I wonder if anyone ever actually rode minecarts back in the day. I'm going to assume yes, because OSHA wasn't a thing. That's one big cow patty. Yeah, why does it always do it during the ending? Legitimately, it does that every single time. Possible murder, cancel the credit cards. All right, have a good night, Boomer. Thanks for coming by. This is true, there's the VOD. Like, canceling the credit cards is an interesting choice of punishment, though. I've spent a little too much time listening to the Red Collar podcast and then the sequel podcast, Red Collar Blood Money. So it's like, oh, well, Lori has been scamming people for fame and fortune for ages. So for her to escalate from scams to murder, yeah, take it all away. Pinkerton Award for going after suspects and questioning them relentlessly. Oh, whoops. Yeah, definitely a sociopath. Very creepy. Yeah.
Have you ever been to Paris, France? Well, preparez-vous, because that's where my next mystery adventure takes place. I'm going to be the assistant to Minette, a famous fashion designer. I'll be working undercover to find out why she's been acting so peculiar lately, throwing tantrums, firing people. She's even started wearing a mask for no apparent reason. Her studio is in this spooky-looking centuries-old moulin. That's French for windmill. Of course, that doesn't have anything to do with her strange behavior. Or does it? Only one way to find out. Help me solve my next case. Danger by design. À la prochaine.
Okay, I'm excited for that too, because so House Flipper has the train car house. It also has a windmill house. So, like, I've been doing houses in House Flipper themed to each of the Nancy Drew games, and I'm particularly excited for those two because it has those specific things. Yes, we'll be doing... So, that will be our next Nancy Drew game, is Danger by Design. I need to work out my plans for this month. Like, for the next month or so. Because somewhere in there we also have the, like, streaming anniversary, and also I want to play Captain Bible again. So I need to figure out exactly what my schedule is gonna be. But yeah, we'll be doing Danger by Design next. Yeah. Oh, I want to see if I didn't miss it. Yes, I want to see who the voices were. Engineer, old timer, and other voices. Aw, nice. Sapphire, I can't remember. Are you in the Discord? Okay, so I couldn't find a free way to share a link, like, publicly like that. Like, you have to have the paid account, and I'm not paying for an account. So there is a Discord. I try to remember to mention it on stream periodically. And if anyone's interested in the Discord, let us know. We'll send the invite link. So, no. Yes. Okay. All right, I'm pretty sure this is the right server. Yeah. Boom. I looked and, like, Discord kept insisting that I needed Nitro or something, because otherwise the link, like, resets after a week. So it's like, eh. Mm-hmm. So it's just very exclusive. Very, very exclusive. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Every time I tried, it would be like, you know, this will expire in 1 week if you don't have Nitro. Whatever then. Fine. So. So yeah. At some point, maybe I'll give it another shot. I'm not a techie. I'm doing techie stuff and I'm not a techie. So there's a lot of things that have been more complicated for me than they're supposed to be. All right, welcome to the server. Oh, Chiller's played Danger by Design. Fun! I really like Danger by Design. The puzzles are fantastic. There's lots of codes. Creature of Kapu Cave is fantastic. Like, that's one of the best ones. During the lockdown, I legitimately played Creature of Kapu Cave without finishing it, just so I could walk up and down the beach looking for shells. Like, I just spent hours walking up and down the beach, fishing, making necklaces. It's like, nothing's going on in the world. Everything's fine. I'm on vacation in the tropics, see? Aw, thank you. I appreciate the offer. You know, we're trying to figure stuff out. Like, trying to figure out stuff without it becoming too overwhelming for me. So yeah, I have a few things in my like Twitch about and bio and stuff that I need to update. So yeah, it's a lot. Like, I joke that like my brain is like old-timey VCR and people keep trying to hook it up to HDMI, and like, no, look, there's video input, audio left channel, and audio right channel. Like, there's no HDMI here. I can't handle that many inputs. There's only so many plugs. Roy asks, you never had a hamburger or cheeseburger? As a kid, but I really, really can't stand the texture of ground meat, so hamburger just does not do it for me. Like, I feel like I'm eating sawdust. No matter how tasty it is, because of the texture, I feel like I'm eating sawdust. So. I got nothing, I'm just odd. But. So. Ooh, tomorrow's gonna be a little bit of a challenge. Makes sense, Chiv. And sometimes, if it's like a little bit that's scattered all through something, like the pork in an egg roll, where it's mostly cabbage, then I'm kind of okay. But when it's just a big chunk of it, I'm cannot. So my plan for tomorrow, Chip says, yeah, I like to chew my own food, thanks. Exactly! It's nasty! Okay. Plan for tomorrow, I'm gonna be doing House Flipper, and I'm gonna be trying for like a kind of a dark cottagecore vibe. I have a mood board, I'll post it. I'm a little bit nervous though. I've seen it called Dark Cottagecore, or oh gosh, what was the other one? Cottage Gore. I saw someone call it that. Chip says rot core. Like, but I'll share the mood board and give more of an explanation too, but yeah, we'll be doing House Flipper. I'm a little bit nervous because I know that I'm going to have to change the floor plan a lot, and that always takes me forever and stresses me out. So we'll see how that goes, but hopefully I can at least get enough done on stream that, like, off stream I can fix parts that I need to cuss at. So the plan that I think I'm gonna call it here. We beat the game. We're sitting pretty. Had a good time, solved some good puzzles, made some cheeseburgers, got everybody hungry. And yeah, I will be back tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern time. Be doing House Flipper. For the House Flipper aficionados, I believe the property is the Little Brick House, which came with the Pets DLC. Oh. It's gonna be a little bit of a floor plan challenge, but I'm excited. Thank you for the send-off, Rikush. There we go. Finished the whole thing during the stream. Boom. Alright. Yeah, be back tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern. Until then, thank y'all so much for watching. I'm so glad that you were able to spend this time with me. And I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, everybody.